The EIVA champions face off against the Big West champions between the Penn State Nittany Lions and the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. I'm Gabe Baker, joined alongside by my partner Luke Williams here on ESPN+. And Luke, we got a good one here.
This is a really fun one. We already had our first matchup of the first round done and dusted. These two teams battling it out for the chance to play UCLA in the second round. The difference though, Gabe, no regular season here. This is postseason. You win, you move on, you lose. Your season stops here.
Both teams red hot right now. Penn State running through the EIVA, beating Princeton 3-0 in the title game. And then on the other side of things, the Rainbow Warriors taking down UC Irvine 3-1 and then beating the #1 seed in this tournament that we'll see a little bit later, Long Beach State. So Hawaii played a lot of quality opponents. Penn State on fire. Something's got to give here.
This is a good one, and how about this location? We're coming at you live from Columbus, Ohio, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Covelli Center. What better place to do it in? Boy, Gabe, both teams brought out one heck of a fan base.
Ton of representation from both teams, and you can see it in the crowd now. The Hawaii Rainbow Warriors faithful about 4,500 miles away from the campus. And they're here full-fledged. We're about to get the first serve underway. Penn State started first. That one gets smacked over the side there by War. And then another swat block there, and Nittany Lions gonna strike first.
A huge early point for the Nittany Lions in the all-time series here in the NCAA tournament. They've met 6 times. Rainbow Warriors lead the NCAA series 4-2.
Back to serve for the Nittany Lions. A sophomore outside hitter, Carter Dittman. Set up by Rosenthal, smacked over the block. That's going to hit the net. Stay alive. Another set up. Warriors on the attack again. Goes off of Dittman. And then blocked down. Nittany Lions get another point out of that after Warren Neusterer tried to block it down.
The early effort, though, from Will Coons kept that play alive. And the #7 seed is up too early.
Dittman, his mother played volleyball at Manhattan College. Serving for a 3rd time already. There's the hit from Kearney, flies into the near side corner. Nittany Lions gonna get that back over, set up cleanly. And that's going to go for a Nittany Lions point again. Kearney just a little too much on that.
Kearney is just a freshman trying to find his groove here in this first round matchup, but this is a great start from Nittany Lions.
Early 3-0 lead for the Nittany Lions. Rosenthal's going to set that up. Big booming hit. Skied high up in the air. Nittany Lions going for another point. This time a kill from Matthew Luoma.
A huge shot there from Luoma is just a kill monster. 277 entering the game today, and Penn State are up by 4.
Penn State strikes first. Ran the table in the EIVA to be here. There's the setup from Merck, and another hit off the block goes to the Nittany Lions. They're up 5-0. That's going to be an early timeout for Hawaii. We'll be right back here on ESPN+. Nittany Lions lead 5-0 here in the first set. Off to a scorching red-hot start. Carter Dittman back to serve once more. That goes near the middle, and seen some nice sets from Rosenthal. That hit over by War, kept alive by Penn State. That one swatted down, make it 6-0. Owen Rose with the kill.
Really good in-system play here by Penn State. They are finding these passes, and they have a really nice burnout lead.
If you're a Carter Dittman fan, you're in the right place. Had some really nice quality serves so far, and first point for Hawaii, kill by Kurt Neusterer.
Michael Schwob tried to get over to block this one, but it was really a split of the defense. Hawaii earns their first point here.
Neusterer heading into today with 127 kills on the year. The junior middle blocker from Indianapolis, Indiana. Serve's going to be for Rosenthal, diving effort on the Nittany Lions side. That one gets past the block. Whistle going to be called on that. Penn State going to get the point.
Violation coming through here, and just a couple of early mistakes. The error early on, and then the foul coming through. Penn State is on a tear here.
They certainly are, Luke. Owen Rose back to serve for the Nittany Lions. Junior from Long Island, New York. Floats that one over. Rosenthal with the setup. Blocked off by Kearney, but the Bow's going to get a point.
Kearney, a member of the U19 United States team, and he is a phenomenal player, a young player that wants to earn some points.
Adrian War, freshman outside hitter, back to serve. So we're going to knock that one over. Going to be another point for the Nittany Lions.
They've really charged up this front line, and they have attacked the blockers. The back line after those serves is just getting a little bit out of position here for Hawaii, and now they're down 6.
Tough hole to climb out of, but both teams facing a lot of adversity here. See what happens next. Spiked and blocked by the wall of the Nittany Lions, and then pulling it down. Finn Kearney with the kill.
We said this freshman is going to have to do a lot. And for Hawaii, they've had a tough road to get here. They need to be able to battle back. And, of course, we're still playing best of 5, so just here in this first set.
Rainbow Warriors went back-to-back as NCAA champs here in 2021 and 2022. Neuster with the serve, goes back. Gonna be a service error on the junior.
It's also important to note, we saw Hawaii use their first timeout when it was that 5-0 margin. They only have 1 remaining.
Penn State in their last 15 sets, 15-0. Here's Will Coons, the senior outside hitter from Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Tough one to dig out of, and Hawaii's not going to be able to. Another point for the Nittany Lions.
Nittany Lions are trying to battle back in the all-time series score as well, where Hawaii leads 18-10 as well.
Will Coons once more. Already earned a bachelor's degree in nutrition.
He's looking to eat here today.
An apple a day keeps the defenders away.
Yeah.
Find a way to fit it into volleyball. There's a serve from him. Rosenthal sets up. A spike goes opposite side, but out of bounds by Kearney. Penn State rolling.
The defense is just playing so smart right now, knowing when to pull, knowing when to block, and they are just pushing their lead as much as they can.
11-3, Nittany Lions up big here in set number 1. There's the righty serve, skied high in the air. Knocked over, fielded cleanly by both sides. There's the spike, blocked down by the Hawaii wall.
Hawaii ranked 11th in the nation in blocks per set at 23.7 or 2.373, so their defense is good.
Luke, when you're looking at what they lead in terms of the NCAA top 5 and even in the conference, very near the top on everything, and that's going to be another point for the Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah, kills per set, they're top 5 in the NCAA, hitting percentage and assists per set. They are just an offensively dominant team.
Here's Finn Kearney, freshman outside hitter from Phoenix, Arizona. Already heard his name quite a bit here in the first set. That one hit over by Gabriel. Now going the other way, off the hands of Schwob, Louis Sakanoko.
I love that this Hawaii team has so many pieces from different places around the world. Louis from Paris, France.
One of his teammates, Adrian War, also from France. Finn Kearney with the lefty serve, and that's gonna be an ace.
What a selection there, and it's gonna force the timeout.
It's gonna be another timeout here in the Covelli Center in Columbus, Ohio. We'll take a brief break here on ESPN+. Nittany Lions lead over the Rainbow Warriors here in the first set, 11-7, but Hawaii starting to roar back a little bit, finding their footing. Kind of feeling out phase for both of these teams. Already played once this year. Hawaii took the series 3-0 That one set up near the booth, and that's going to be a kill for the Warriors.
Kearney's just got that patience, and for the hometown crowd here, just being able to bring it home.
Here's Kearney again. Last year for his high school, 999 career kills. It's been a huge part to this Hawaii team. Also hit down to the ground. That's going to go for Justin Todd.
Beautiful little back and forth here. Hawaii has found their margin, and they have cut the lead to 2.
Todd has 109 kills this year heading into today. Also 15 service aces. That one dug down low. Nittany Lions able to recover. Another block by Todd and Rosenthal.
That frontline combo is starting to feel itself, and you talk about finding the groove. They are blowing the roof off this place.
Of how much energy is around everybody. You look at the 2 head coaches for Penn State and Hawaii, and they're absolutely locked in, not moving a muscle. Composure's got to be high to win national championships. Both coaches have. That one gets hit over the block, and what a play by Louis Sakanoko.
There's a reason he was part of the France's U22 team. Just such a phenomenal athlete.
Heading into today, 205 kills for the sophomore outside hitter. Kearney with an ace again, and Hawaii going on a run, taking the lead 12-11.
This set started 5-0, and the Rainbow Warriors have found a way to find the aces, and it looks like they're going to force a challenge to come out. Penn State wants to talk it over and wants to see how far it actually hits.
Well, this is a really pivotal challenge, too, just because of how close it is, and it seems like it's really been a game of runs early on here in set number 1.
It has been. Both teams looking for control. I mean, you talk about for the Penn State Nittany Lion coaching staff, they have just so much experience. For head coach Mark Pavlik, 31 years all at Penn State.
It's going to stand with the Rainbow Warriors. They're going to hold on to their lead, and first lead today.
They've also got a bring back to an alumni member. Associate head coach Colin McMillan actually was an Ohio State player here in the Covelli from 1997 to 2000.
The Buckeyes of the MIVA almost made it to the national championship for their conference, but it's going to be a point for the Nittany Lions off of the service area.
They actually had a chance. I mean, if Loyola Chicago didn't beat them, they would probably be here.
They would with that bid. We've still got so many great teams here in Columbus, Ohio this weekend. That's going to be a service error on the Nittany Lions. Hawaii gets the ball right back.
A little back and forth here, and this is where those errors often can lead to even something bigger.
Louis Sakanoko back to serve for the Rainbow Warriors. His name has already been called quite a few times here early on. 2 kills for him on the day. That's hit over to the opposite side by Luoma. Now going to be other way. Power hit by Kearney.
Very rarely does a freshman get a spot in the starting lineup, but Kearney is proving his worth.
We'll see Sakanoko again at the service line. Rainbow Warriors got a 2-point lead over Nittany Lions and somehow dug up by Merck. It's kept alive back on the Nittany Lions side. Another hit blocked down by Adrian Ward.
That was a single-man defense from Warren, just sets up the left side blocker, and all of a sudden, Hawaii is running away with this first set.
Hawaii won that battle. We'll see who wins the war. Sakanoko again. Going to be a service error on him, so 15-13 is going to be the score.
The third service error of the set. Hawaii does have to limit some of those mistakes. Again, not only for today, but you've got possibly another match on Saturday and another one on Monday.
Matthew Luoma had the most kills on the team in their win against Damon in the opening round of this tournament with 13. That gets blocked down by 2 Penn State defenders, still alive on Hawaii's side. That one just a quick floater over. Nice reach by Todd on the ground. Warriors get a point.
I like the change up there from Todd. You give me a free ball, of course I'm gonna spike it right in your face.
Good old generosity. Justin Todd on the line, freshman middle blocker from Houston, Texas. It's a right-handed swing, gonna get over. Penn State gonna connect, tipped over after the hit from Dittman. Now Hawaii with some offense of her own. Point gonna go to Penn State.
A little bit up and over there, as this is the real meat of the set where you get to see who wins it. There's been back and forth runs, but you gotta pull it away now if you want that first set.
Back to where we started. Carter Dittman back to serve for Penn State. Down gets hit up by War, set up by Rosenthal, floater over by Neusterer. Nittany Lions going the other way off of the block. Dittman.
That one caught the hand of Rosenthal, it looked like, at the net. And Penn State has started to surge. This is a nice little two-run streak.
16-15 score here in the Cavelli Center in the quarterfinals of the NCAA men's volleyball tournament. That's going over the scorer's table. Points going to be credited to Hawaii after Penn State was last to touch it.
Bows have just really brought the speed here today. The power hitting from that right side. Penn State's backline doesn't know what to do.
And they're looking good while doing that. We talked about it before the show, but man, those Hawaii jerseys look nice, Luke. It's a very visually appealing matchup for both sides. Penn State in the all blue. Serve from Rosenthal. That one popped up. Set up by Schwob. Hit the other way, and nice kill there from Luoma.
Luoma's a redshirt sophomore. Both these teams have a lot of young pieces that need to step up in some of their first NCAA appearances. And just a beautiful little slice through, too.
Owen Rose for the Nittany Lions with a floater up. Warriors got to get this one over. That one gets tipped back to the back line. Going the other way is Luoma. Diving on the ground is Sakanoko, but Penn State with a kill.
That's a beautiful angle against three blockers. That is such a tough point to kill down, but just found the angle because he took a step back from the net rather than up.
All EIVA second team, Owen Rose. Serving again. That one knocked up by Choi. And spiked to the ground. What a piece of hitting there from War.
He entered today as the team leader in points and kills and is showing he wants to lead again.
He gets a kill. He gets a serve also. Heading into today, 327 kills. That one hit over. It had the power, just didn't have the right angle from Luoma.
Luoma's tried that power set, and it's going to force another timeout.
Time to regroup and reset. We'll do the same on our end here on ESPN+.
For you.
Hawaii going on a little bit of a run here. Made Penn State forced to take their final timeout in set number one. They lead 19-17 with Adrian War back to serve. War, the all Big West first team. That was a freshman. One-on-one, and it goes to Sakinoko. He battled there with Schwob.
That's a huge point to get. Out of your opponent's timeout, you score and get to 20. What a surge of momentum for the Bows.
Hawaii up by 3 in set number one. After trailing early, they've really just come back. That spiked to the ground after a save by Dittman, and Luoma with the kill.
Luoma now has 7 kills on this game. A beautiful start from the redshirt sophomore. And it's interesting enough because he's just been given some space in those one-on-ones.
Luoma has more total attacks than the rest of his team combined. Big reason why Penn State has been playing it so close to Hawaii so far.
I mean, he's hitting at a 30.8%.
Schwob serves with his left. Set up by Rosenthal. Hit the other way. Nice kill by Neusterer.
Another redshirt guy, a junior instead, and just a beautiful touch overall. The net minding from Hawaii has been perfection.
O's lead by 3. Kainoa Wade back to serve for the Rainbow Warriors. Freshman opposite. That one's gonna go out of bounds. Warriors get another point.
They've just been feasting. And their defense, another smart move. They pull back the blockers, bust open the books, and score a 4-point streak here.
Kainoa Wade, 60 kills this year heading into today. That one floats over the heads of the Nittany Lions. Going to be a service error on the freshman.
This is where you need to strike. If you are Penn State, no timeouts left. You've already used one of your challenge cards as well. You need to find some points.
Well, and I'm sure a point they want to reach is to make Hawaii burn their last time out as well. It's going to be tough to do, though. Rainbow Warriors 2 away from winning this first set. Rosenthal setting up once more. Hit by Kearney on the corner, and another point for the freshman.
Again. The Rainbow Warriors have relied on the young stud to get it done.
23-19 the score. Hawaii now 2 points away from winning set number 1. Penn State got to answer back if you're them. Served by Kearney. Set up by Schwob. Hit by Luoma. Blocked down, but the ball stays alive. Merck and another block. Hawaii's defense showing out. And that one goes over out of bounds and a hard-earned point for Hawaii.
Just forcing them to make bad decisions here. And again, they now find themselves extending the lead. This is what they do, consistency towards the end of their sets.
Todd and Sakanoko on multiple of those blocks with that last point, and now a set point for the Rainbow Warriors. That one goes out of bounds, and Hawaii gonna win set number 1, 25-19. And that's going to end the first set. We'll be back for set number 2. Hawaii leads 1-0 over the Nittany Lions. We're back in the Covelli Center in Columbus, Ohio for the NCAA quarterfinals here for men's volleyball. And Luke, Hawaii won that first set, but a close call though.
Was very close, and the final ruling, the line judge actually called it in, but the head judge overruled him. So from our angle, very close, but at the end of it, I mean, you can't relate an entire set just to 1 point. Hawaii was on a very good late surge there that got them the win. We are playing first to 3 here, or best of 5, so Hawaii's gonna need 2 more if they want to date with UCLA on Saturday.
Gotta play with a level-headedness if you're going to go deep in this tournament. Head coach for Hawaii, Charlie Wade, has done that. He's guided Hawaii to 2 national championships and just won the Big West Coach of the Year for the 3rd time in this season.
I mean, he's got an experienced coaching staff as well. You talk about someone like Milan Zarkovic, who was the 2022 and 2023 AVCA Assistant Coach of the Year.
Nittany Lions gonna fight back for sure. You've seen them fight all year after being 3rd in the EIVA, just rallying there in the tournament. Fred Rosenthal heading into today with 1,172 assists on the year. There's a hit from Luoma. That's going to be a kill for him to open up set number 2.
Luoma has found some really good space, and early on in these sets, the question is, it's not just can you start them good, but can you finish them good?
There's Carter Dittman. Hit in the middle for him. Rosenthal sets up Sakanoko, bounces off of some blockers. Point for Hawaii.
They don't drop 0-5 to start out this set. A much better improvement, and they're really targeting that Penn State front line.
Adrian War at the line this time. In that far corner, lefty serve, dug out nicely by Merck. Up in the air again after some bounces. Hawaii has to recover. Point gonna go to the Nittany Lions.
Choi was running for that one, and honestly, credit to the Nittany Lions. That little setup pass, the quick pop, it's the tonal changes that have really put them up in that point category.
It certainly has been, and Choi heading into today, 191 digs this year. Really defensive weapon for Hawaii, but Penn State with some really nice offense. That's going to get hit and blocked down the line. Point going to go to the Nittany Lions.
Looks like they've got a player down as well. That's Louis Sakanoko, definitely not a player you want to be injured.
He's really been a superstar on this star-studded Hawaii lineup and able to walk it off. That looked like a hard landing, Luke.
He's going to go for the old shoe retie. Make sure the ankles are all prepped and ready to go. But for Penn State, I think, talking about their offense, it's been pretty poor to start out the season. They really are not at the top of the NCAA in any of the offensive categories. I mean, in kills per set, they're 34th alone, averaging just over 11.5%.
That one's not going to clear the net, so Owen Rowe's going to be tapped with the service error.
Have to limit those mistakes and let that offense flow.
Hawaii's hit percentage at a 344. Penn State's at a 207. Kurt Neusterer back to serve. Indianapolis, Indiana native. He's going to swap that one into the net, so back-to-back service errors. Back to serve for Penn State, Michael Schwob. Coached by Mark Pavlik, who's really had a great reign as Penn State's head coach in his 31st season. That one hit into the corner. Nice piece of hitting there for the Rainbow Warriors.
I mean, Pavlik is quickly approaching 700 career wins.
Amongst active coaches, he's number one. He's 4th all time. All going to go out of bounds. Hawaii with another point.
It'll go down as a service ace.
Kearney has his name all over this match, and especially in set number 2. He's going to serve again, goes over the line, and Rosenthal with a hard spike gives Hawaii the point.
Just the power is absolutely insane. You talked the back-to-back. Kearney, by the way, that was his 4th ace of the game already.
And Rosenthal with the hit there. Usually he's the one setting up the attack. 3rd in the country in assists per set. Penn State gonna get a point on that.
Take everything you can get. I mean, these teams have only been here since Wednesday warming up, so this is your chance to try and strike back again. You led the first set 5-0, but weren't able to close it out if you're Penn State.
Will Coons at the line for Penn State. 5-5, set number 2. Set up by Rosenthal, hit by Sakanoko. Penn State got to get the ball over. They do, and Luoma with a hit that goes out of bounds.
And the Rainbow Warriors are ones that just kind of control everything. They're plus 48 in set margin on the season.
Hawaii averaging over 13 kills per set. 3rd in the country. That's set up by Schwob, blocked by that Hawaii wall. Luoma got to get it over. Set up again. Rosenthal gives it off to his man Todd, and he's going to get a point from that.
Really good little back and forth, and the passing has improved even more and even more. And even back to that point how Hawaii just extends their leads. The last time they went to all 5 sets was 4-12 against Long Beach State.
Got to go back a long ways for that. That one hit down, no contest. Justin Todd with the kill. That's going to make Penn State burn their first time out here in set number 2. Rainbow Warriors lead 8-5 here on ESPN+. Hawaii leads Penn State 8-5, and they got a big crowd behind them, not only here, but all those watching back home here on ESPN+.
They brought out everybody. They brought out the band, they brought out the cheerleaders, and it's really cool to see the support behind this team.
A lot of pride in this men's volleyball squad that's had so much success. This one gonna get hit by Dittman, knocked back over by Rosenthal. Dittman will go again. That one gets over. We'll see the set and the attack. Nice block there by Luoma and Gabriel. And another block by them. That's gonna be a point for Penn State.
The blockers work out to slide it back off inside. And again, that was Penn State's timeout. So coming out of it, they get the point, they calm things down, they cut the lead to 2.
Luoma and Gabriel making the honorable mention, all EIVA teams. Seemed like they were fused together there on those blocks. The freshman Gage Gabriel from Birdsboro, Pennsylvania with the serve. Set up and booming hit. That time, lights off.
I do gotta say, Gage Gabriel might be rocking the best shoes around. Those pink cleats, those are some nice ones.
They are nice. I'm jealous. Might have to do a shoe swap after the game. Here's Justin Todd. Nice diving effort by Merck and hit down by Luoma. Another kill for him to add to his collection.
I mean, that is going to be almost double-digit kills already for Luoma, just one away from that margin, and we're only halfway through set 2.
Luoma leads both teams in kills with 9. Kearney for Hawaii, 2 behind him. We're going to see Luoma serve now. Set up, hit down, blocked, and that corner has been a great point for Penn State.
I mean, Rose and Schwob, they're 2 players that, again, just work so well together. Always the hand placement, very important at the net, and that time it was just perfection.
9-8. Can hear the Hawaii crowd in here. Feels like a home game all the way in Columbus, Ohio. Into the other way, 3-man block. Gonna go to the Warriors as that fell out of bounds.
And this is actually the first neutral site game of the year for Hawaii. Back at home in Simplify Arena, 18-3 across this season.
Tread Rosenthal. 15 assists here today already. That's set up by Schwob, knocked over. Point goes to the Warriors. The ball went out of bounds.
They just love that patience, and I think that pullback play has caught Penn State a little bit off guard where they want to go with power.
Hawaii working with a 3-point lead in set number 2. We're going to see Dittman get subbed out. Sean Harvey coming in. Harvey, the freshman outside hitter from Bartlett, Illinois. Top 50 recruit in 2023. Here's Rosenthal with the serve. Set up and attacked by Luoma. That pops up in the air on Penn State's side, and bopping it down is Owen Rose.
I think it's really interesting with the Harvey sub, and it adds a little bit more depth towards that frontline play where Rose can step up with his 6'7" frame and just have his way.
A lot of tall players on both of these teams. See the 6'7" freshman once more at the service line. That one clips the net. Tough one to field. Gets that over. Gonna fall out of bounds from the hit from Moore.
Just holding on here. That's all Penn State has got to do. You would really love to go on a bigger streak, but the last thing you would want to do is use your other timeout here.
Penn State with 1 timeout. Hawaii still has both of theirs in a tightly contested set 2. Both teams neck and neck. Sean Harvey once more. Hit down in the middle. Going to be a kill for War.
And Penn State trying to cleanse the record for as many times as they've made it here to the NCAA championship. Only 18-34 all time.
Adrian War skies that one over. It's going to be an error for him.
Hawaii's had a little bit of an issue with that. That's going to be the 7th service error of the day for them, and Penn State has phenomenally only had 2 throughout the day so far.
Well, the other thing to point out for Hawaii is that 5 different players have had at least 1 service error. Smacked down by Gabriel, no one able to get to it in time.
Another young player, you talk about an EIVA honorable mention, and just able to get Penn State right back in this game.
Sakanoko with some towel work, trying to dry up the court. He took matters into his own hands there. Owen Rose back to serve, all EIVA's 2nd team this season. Swatted down, what a kill there by Neuster.
Back in 2023, this guy was on the all-freshman team, and this season has just shown up and shown out. 127 kills entering today.
Well, along with that, he's been a great two-way player for Hawaii. Heading in today, also 90 assisted blocks. Neuster in the 6'9" frame. Going to be serving on the near side. Set up by Schrob, knocked over near the corner. Going to be a point for the Warriors.
Really, we're trying to target a little bit of a tip there, but again, Penn State has been baited into using a little bit more of their power than they would have wanted.
Neuster, 3 kills today. That one clears the net, set up by Schwob, knocked over by Coons, and Penn State gonna get a point out of that.
Coons is a guy we actually haven't said his name a lot today, but he's the team leader in kills, he's the team leader in aces, he's the team leader in points. I can go on. It is surprising though, and he's ready to go now.
The nutrition major's been eating his veggies this year. That hit so hard, Luoma with the kill after a hard hit off of the initial serve.
I like that play. And you talk about power from this Penn State crew. You're the number 7 seed here in this matchup, and you have showed out really well.
Penn State beating Damon in the first round of this tournament to be here. Rosenthal has to hit that one back near the middle. Kept alive by both sides. Here's Coons, and there's a block on the other side. Penn State gonna get the point though, as the ball didn't clear the net.
A little bit of a streak here. It is going to be Hawaii. Again, we talk about those 2 timeouts are such a value to have at this point. You've got a depth of a coaching staff that you can work towards when you talk in those timeouts.
Penn State leads by 1, especially if it's tightly contested, which feels like it's going to be. Having those 2 timeouts in your back pocket certainly doesn't hurt. Booming hit. Dug out by Schwob. Going down the other side, avoiding the block was Coons. Nice redirection there.
Gabriel starts the power, and it's going to force a timeout.
So Penn State up to 16-14 here on ESPN+. Nittany Lions up 2 now against the Rainbow Warriors, and Will Coons leading a little bit of a streak.
4-point streak here for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Can they continue it is the bigger question.
It'll all start with a serve from setter Michael Schwob. Team's playmaker. That one does not clear the net. Service error on Penn State.
Lend off the streak, and you know what? You'll take that point anyway from Hawaii that you can get out of the timeout.
That brings up Finn Kearney, too. Schwob with the setup. Misdirection, tipped by a Hawaii blocker.
Finally starting to find their groove enough that they're comfortable to go for those fakes. You have to have great communication, to accomplish that.
Nittany Lions 17, Rainbow Warriors 15. Set number 2, Hawaii won the first set. Put up by Choi over the net. Diving effort keeps it alive, and then a fight at the net keeps going over to both sides. Reset, big hit, knocked over somehow by Harvey, but the Warriors gonna get the point from Rosenthal.
What a little setup play, and give credit to Louis Sakanoko, who had that fall earlier, back, survives in, then sets up everything.
I want to know how Harvey was able to keep that alive too. Both teams, maximum effort. They know what's at stake here, and we're seeing it on full display. It's going to be a service error on Hawaii.
Second of Sakanoko's day so far.
Matt Cosgrove stepping in for Gage Gabriel too for Penn State.
No libero here on this point here for Penn State.
Cosgrove Jr. outside hitter from Chesterfield, Missouri. That one's set up and a big block that goes out of bounds. Penn State with another point.
Starting to trail some of those fastballs right down Broad Street, and another chance here for Cosgrove to try and solidify some points.
Well, one thing we haven't touched on, Luke, is that Hawaii, they have a really young team up and coming. Here's a set hard hit by Sakanoko, but it goes out of bounds. Point for Penn State.
Really good dodge there on the back line from Coons, and, well, Hawaii, we said they had 2 timeouts. All of a sudden, they have vanished.
May as well use them. Nittany Lions lead the Rainbow Warriors 20-16. We'll be right back on ESPN+. 2016, Nittany Lions lead over Rainbow Warriors here in set number 2. Back to serve for Penn State. Recently subbed in Matt Cosgrove. Had low arc, able to save it though. That one floated over. Penn State's gonna have a chance to respond on this one. Beats the block is Harvey, still kept alive and hit down over our little table there. It's gonna be a point for Penn State.
21-16, they extend their lead by 5, and out of the timeout, always interesting to see how things fall. Huge to get that after your opponent's timeout for the Nittany Lions.
Well, and it felt like the right idea going on the opposite side. Hard hit from Sakanoko. Barely off theirs. That's going to be a service error on the Nittany Lions.
A rare one as the subs are going to come back in. Again, a no libero trail here. And thinking about maybe a challenge here.
We'll see if something does happen. Ryan Merck back in there for Penn State. So they'll have more of a defensive approach now that they're going to have to return some of these serves. Kainoa Wade in for Hawaii serving. That one fake swat down far, hit out of bounds. Gonna be an attack error on Penn State.
And you saw Coons just holding his face. He knew he had the power, he had the angle, but just put too much mustard on it.
Nittany Lions up 3. Already surpassed their numbers in set 1, had 19. Here's a serve from Wade again. Set up by Schwob, hit hard to the ground in the middle, Will Coons.
He makes back up his mistake on the last point, and his ability to score has just been awesome. That is the 5th kill of his outing here today.
Wade and Todd check out for the Rainbow Warriors. Matthew Luoma on that far corner for Penn State. That one clips the net. Set up, got to get it over. There's Kearney. Point for Penn State.
Those 3 blockers make it so awkward to find any backline space, and you saw Choi trying to direct traffic, but Hawaii needs to find a green light here in this set.
Now's the time, if ever. Hawaii with 0 timeouts, down 5. Nittany Lions 2 away from taking set 2. Luomo with the serve, service error there. And Luke, wanted to ask you, I mean, Hawaii had to travel really far here at Columbus, Ohio. I'm assuming times are going to make a difference a little bit.
I mean, that sleep schedule has got to be ruined.
Here's a serve from Rosenthal. Set up, hit down by Coons. That's another kill for him, and he's taken over set number 2.
Both these teams, though, used to traveling. They're ready to go, and it is a winner-go-home scenario today.
No excuses. Set point for the Nittany Lions. They're up by 5, and back to serve, the freshman outside hitter, Sean Harvey from Bartlett, Illinois. That one hit bound to the far line and going to be swatted down. Nice play there by Newstrom.
Now, Penn State, with this set point, have guaranteed themselves at least a win by 2 scenario, but Hawaii needs to go 4 points straight.
It's going to be tough to do against this Penn State squad. Adrian War with the serve, bounces off of Coons and knocked down. That's going to be another kill for the Rainbow Warriors. That's going to force Penn State to take their final timeout. We got a close one here in set number 2 on ESPN+. Tight second set. Rainbow Warriors going to serve with Adrian War back there, but Penn State with the set point. They could certainly use this one. Set up Luoma and gets blocked down, but it's going to go to be a point for the Nittany Lions. And at least as of now, they're going to take that. It looks like it's going to stand. Penn State wins set number 2, and it's going to be 1-1 now heading into set number 3 here on ESPN+. We'll be right back after this. Set number 3 tied up 1-1 here in McAvelli Center in the quarterfinals of the men's volleyball tournament for NCAA. And Luke, these 2 squads we talked about a little bit earlier, but they played one time earlier this season.
And it definitely wasn't as close as this one already is. Hawaii won the first set 25-13. Second set was a little closer at 25-23. And then the final set, Hawaii closed out 25-12. So Penn State learning from their mistakes, and I think, Gabe, that is the hardest thing to do, is beat a team twice.
Especially in moments like these in the NCAA tournament, winner go home, and we switch sides again, and Rainbow Warriors and Nittany Lions squaring off for set number 3.
Important to note as well, if you didn't get to tune to the matchup earlier, winner of this one will get to play UCLA on Saturday.
UCLA playing it competitively with the Crusaders at Belmont Abbey. Here's a serve from Coons. That's going to be an early error. Hawaii takes point number 1 of set 3.
They've started out scoring in now 2 of the 3 sets.
The setter, Rosenthal. Austin, Texas, back to serve. And barely saved there from Merck. Kept alive. Penn State got to get it over. Diving effort by 2 players for the Bows. And nice little hook over by War there. Gives them a point.
I think Hawaii got a little bit lucky on that point that the defense faltered from Penn State. There were 2 Hawaii players that ran into each other at the netting.
And another interesting thing to note is that Penn State's last game was May 2nd. Hawaii's was April 26th, so maybe Penn State playing a little hotter since they've been playing more recently. Luoma setting that one up, a cross and diving effort by Sakanoko. A cross by War on Penn State's side. Hard hit. That goes into the table. Diving effort by Ileu Choi. Wow.
He didn't want me to have my laptop open, I guess.
We lost 1 casualty. But really, Luke, in games like this, you really got to, sell out and give your maximum effort. Good blocking effort, and Penn State gonna win that one. Two here in Columbus, Ohio. As Luke mentioned, winner will play UCLA, who won 3-0 against Belmont Abbey earlier. That one hit back to the far line. Schwob over to Luoma. Set up by Rosenthal, hit by Luoma, but gonna go over him for an attack error.
Nice little stuff here from Penn State. I think this is a good surge back after they got scored on 2-0 to start.
Here's Gage Gabriel. Knocks that one over, set up by Rosenthal. Hit by War, kept up high. Here's Luoma with the block from Hawaii.
And they're juiced. They're ready to go. You see Charlie Wade giving them a talk to, head coach.
We get to see Adrian War serve again. Freshman from France. Knocked over the other way. Gonna be a kill for Neusterer after the initial hit from Penn State went over.
That was just a lovely touch and found just a soft pocket of space in that backside. And Hawaii's still fighting. They scored in that an early set and won it, but it's tied up 1-1.
That one hit hard and low. It's gonna be tough to get back over for Penn State. Here's Luoma on the far side. Diving effort by War. Kept alive on the Rainbow Warriors side. Set up by Rosenthal, smacked down to the ground. Kill for Kearney.
The pendulum continues to swing, and the crowd that has traveled so far are able to get another point their way.
You know, we'd expect this crowd if Ohio State was playing here at home, but what a show out for the the Hawaii faithful. There's a hard hit block down to the ground. Harvey and Rose with the block on that.
I think that dual team defense has been very underrated this season. Again, in blocks per set, that is Penn State's best statistical category. 2.5 blocks per set, that's 7th in the country.
Harvey back to serve. Hit up by Choi. That one blocked down again. High setup on the corner side. Diving effort by Sakanoko, but point gonna go to Penn State.
A good try there from Aleu Choi. And I think Choi has just been, phenomenal at the libero role. It's not a point for Hawaii, but you talk about a guy that leads the team with 191 digs.
Five in set number 3. Winner of this set will have the advantage of being up 2-1 in this match. Sub hit opposite side, and that's going to be out of bounds after a hit from Kearney goes out. Look, it really seems like Penn State's taking advantage of these attacking errors that Hawaii has had.
Every single error starts to stack up, and really every single point does matter.
Hawaii with 15 attacking errors, Penn State with 12. Rosenthal's going to have to set that one backwards. Pulled it across by Kearney. And then a fake set by Schwob. Point going to go to Hawaii.
I think it's kind of interesting, not only these two teams actually played each other, but they played a lot of similar opponents. However, there's no team that Penn State beat that Hawaii did not beat.
Hawaii with the 4th highest win percentage at .839 in the NCAA. Here's the set, hard hit by Luoma, hit Neusterer in the face.
Tried to receive it from the upper body, but it was just positioned and angled so well. Another point here for Penn State, and this is kind of a set where neither team has gone on a huge run yet.
It's tough to direct the ball off your face, but it's just a really hard hit, swat. Luoma after that's gonna be one to serve. It's hit down by Kearney, goes into the corner, and gonna be a point for the Warriors.
Kind of lost track of that ball there for the Penn State defense and just couldn't recover after.
Finn Kearney leads the Rainbow Warriors today with 10 kills. That's 4 aces. Doesn't get one there. There's Luoma. Blocking effort by 2 Rainbow Warrior defenders. They'll get the setup again. Softly hit. Here's Luoma with a harder one and blocked down again by Todd and Sakanoko.
I think it's incredible. Sakanoko, we saw him fall earlier in set number 2, was holding that knee, but he has looked just really, really good.
He really looks unfazed, Luke. Just like your computer that took a fall earlier on, back up and running as well. Rosenthal with a little bit of trickery. He'll set it up again on the far side. Tipped up after a hit from Kearney. Swatted down, block. Penn State gonna have to regroup on offense. Set that one over, gets through the block. And that's going to be a Nittany Lions point.
Just a little bit of a ricochet there, and this is where you wanna try and go on one of those runs. Forcing those timeouts was what really caused that set victory early on rather than late for Penn State in that set number 2.
Well, even back in the first set, I know it didn't go Penn State's way, but Hawaii had to burn their timeouts pretty quickly. This has been a game of runs. Serve up from Rose. Hit down by War, goes to the opposite side. Whistle going to be called, point in favor of the Nittany Lions.
Starting to stretch away. First to hit double digits here. The number 7 seed really swinging. They're the only team that had to play a qualifying match to get their spot here this day.
Towel crew have been working hard today, and especially in this third set. 10-7, Penn State leads. Nice diving effort by Choi, and there's the hit to the far side by Sakanoko. He'll get a secondary one and kill for him.
You wanted a double dose combo meal from France, you got it.
He'll be back to serve too, so see if he gets a side of fries.
2 service errors on the day so far for Sakanoko.
The sophomore from France with the serve. Nice dig out there. Rosenthal sets it up and off the hands of 2 blockers. Gives the point courtesy of Justin Todd.
Todd has been so good at finding those just downward angles that are impossible to receive.
Sakanoko again. Right-handed serve. Hit by Gabriel. Now to the opposite side. Luoma doesn't clear the net. Another point for the Warriors.
That 2-block stretch kind of do-si-doing its way more towards the middle of the net. Scared Penn State away from a longer shot.
10 all in set number 3. Sakanoko again, a lot of success with him serving so far. Set up by Schwob, knocked to the other side, and it's going to be a point for Penn State after the kill.
Sakanoko, interestingly enough, not only the knee, but also on his left hand, kind of wearing a pinky brace as well.
I don't think there's anything that could keep him out of the lineup, Luke. A lot of toughness. Here's the setter, Schwob. That one clips the net at an awkward angle, and how about the service ace for the setter?
That's what you need. You need some confidence, you need some juice, and that's the perfect guy to do it. I think for Schwob, I mean, you're a sophomore, you're still an undergrad. This is a way to make your name.
That was Penn State's second service ace today. Hawaii on the other side before, all coming courtesy of Kearney. That's going to be a service error for Penn State, so they got the good and the bad on that.
It's the classic yin and yang. You get the greatest feeling and then the worst feeling. It's happened a lot today.
Justin Todd's second in kills today for Hawaii. 857 hit percentage. Here's the setup and rolled along the net. That one gonna go out of bounds. No one touched it on Hawaii's side.
Just kind of a roller there and just staying very even. Like we said, nobody's been able to really run away. Penn State had that streak, but Hawaii quickly shut it down.
There's been a few interesting plays now on the net this set. 12-12 turns to 13-12 in Hawaii's favor after the ace.
How about finding some power? Just a nice little bit of stuff here from Todd.
This Hawaii fan base is roaring. Those get the 1-point lead. Here's the serve from Todd. Knocked over by Harvey. It's up the other side, but instead of a set, it's Rosenthal with the kill.
Rosenthal has been just a really stable player, and with his 6'8" frame, his ability to score has been just incredible.
Well, and it provides so much value, too, because he's the main guy setting up everybody else, so kind of adds another layer to this Hawaii offense when you have a guy like Rosenthal getting quality kills at the right time. Set swatted over off of blockers. Gage Gabriel there.
Nice little touch, and this is the third consecutive NCAA appearance here for the Nittany Lions, and by the way, they're 35th all time.
35 appearances, not too shabby. Lil Coons, second for Penn State in kills with 7. Set up from Rosenthal. Hit down after the block. Hawaii returns it. On Penn State side, Luoma with a hard hit. Knocks Kearney to the ground, and going the other way is Sakanoko.
He must have flew 12 feet in the air with that one.
That's going to bring us to our first stoppage here in set number 3. Tightly contested. Rainbow Warriors lead the Nittany Lions 15-13 here on ESPN+. Very contested third set here in Columbus, Ohio. The Rainbow Warriors lead by 2 over Penn State. After that media timeout, and neither team has used their timeouts this set just yet. Luoma gets over the blockers and gets a kill on top of it.
Out of these timeouts, Penn State has been really fiery, and this is a very important set. We talk about, going back to that earlier matchup in the year, they weren't able to take a single set. Going up 2-1 here would be such a power play.
Certainly will be. See if that transpires. Cosgrove with the serve. Set up from Rosenthal, hit by Kearney. Kept alive, Luoma knocks it over. Set up from Choi, then to Rosenthal. Hit down by Kearney, and Hawaii gonna get a point on that one.
Finding their way back in, finding their rotations is ever important. And this is something where they're actually gonna go chat with the head coach, make sure they've got their designated play ready.
Penn State with their libero Ryan Merck back in the game as well. There's a hit by War. Set up, Luoma gonna softly get that one over and gets returned to the Penn State side. Hit down the other side, and what a block by the Warriors.
Neuster is 6'9". You are not getting past his blocker if he has time to get a full extension.
Incredible block from that Hawaii front line. It's bringing up Adrian War, too. That one gets hit hard. Coons goes to the ground, but Penn State gonna get the kill anyways.
Owen Rose, usually on the other side of things, entered today with just a huge number of setups to his name, and he finds the way to just slam it down.
Rose showing some thorns. Harvey was the one with the serve. Hard hit, but blocked down. Sakanoko gets neutralized on that.
And again, this set has been just really, really a showcase of what the NCAA tournament is all about.
Hawaii up 1 against Penn State in set 3. We'll see Sean Harvey serve the ball once more. Rosenthal with the setup, hit over by Kearney, was off of the chest of Merck, point for the Warriors.
I'll say that was a nice dive from Coons, putting in the full effort, and Both teams are putting the body on the line as it looks like Hawaii is going to go with the no libero setup again.
Ileu Choi heading to the bench momentarily. Also Kurt Neusterer stepping aside. We'll see Kai Taylor serve now for Hawaii. Sophomore outside hitter from Costa Mesa, California. Wilma's gonna boom that one over, finds the spot for the kill.
And immediately Choi is gonna come back in. He's been such a traffic guard, being able to show everyone on the team what to do, where to go. And without him, they get a point scored on him.
And we saw that up close and personal too. Matthew Luoma, 15 kills today. Hit and blocked, gonna stay on the Hawaii side. We'll see it from Kearney now. Pops up and a foot race down to the back. No one fast enough for that.
Running for it, Ryan Mark was really searching. But instead, Hawaii a 2-point extension, looking to be the first to 20.
The two players double-digit kills, Luoma and Kearney. They've been the offensive difference makers in this one. There's another hit from Luoma, blocked down that time by Todd and Sakanoko.
A good try. Sakanoko really upset about that one.
Yeah, Penn State with the point, so 1 point set. And the Warriors up 1. Rosenthal with the set and hard on the opposite side is Kearney for the kill.
First to 20 here for the Bows. A win here, I mean, you just have so much control over the rest of this first to 3 matchup.
Whoever loses the set has to win the last 2. Sakanoko with the serve. And that's going to be a service ace, froze the Penn State defense. Penn State gonna call a timeout after that ace. Hawaii up 3 in set 3 here on ESPN+. After the Louis Sakanoko service ace, head coach Mark Pavlik opted to use his first timeout this set.
We'll get to look at it again. It was just perfection right down the line, in between the offense and defense, his 25th of the season.
Sakanoko again, this time going to be a service error. That'll be Hawaii's 9th.
It's been happening all day long. It must be the Cavelli Center energy.
On the other way is Michael Schwob. Big boating and crabbing / fishing guy. He sails that one over, but Penn State with an attack error that time.
Thought it might have been going off those blockers, but yeah, that error does cost him, and now Hawaii is within striking distance of closing out this set.
22-19 now with Kainoa Wade in. His mother played volleyball at the University of Washington. Gets that one over cleanly. Hit over. Nice play by Wade. Set up, attack with War. Luoma knocks it up to Coons, and then a 3-man block sends it back to Penn State's side. They're gonna have to try again. That one floats back off of the forearms of Wade, and diving effort into the stands. He's not gonna dive as that went too far though.
Good effort, really good effort, but effort sometimes does not win you points, and points are the most important thing right now for Penn State. They're on 20.
It felt like Wade on that whole rally touched like every single spot of the court. Will Coons, 7 kills today, also a service ace, doesn't get one there. Going the other way is Kearney. Knocked up and swatted. That's going to be in bounds that time, I believe, by Harvey.
We got a really good look at that one, finding the edge line, finding the inside, and Hawaii wants to use one of their 2.
Yeah, and may as well here, and that felt so close too, to see if Harvey got that kill or not, and a Another pivotal moment. We've said that a lot today. And that's going to be a timeout, so we're going to be right back here on ESPN+. So no challenge by Hawaii. That was a timeout called by head coach Charlie Wade. Thought it would be a challenge just because the ball was right on the line there, but nice piece of hitting for Sean Harvey to get the kill, and Penn State now down 1 against Hawaii. It's a serve from Coons. Nice dig out by War. Goes opposite side is Kearney. Set up. Luoma hits it down after the Hawaii block, and Penn State with another point. We're even at 22.
This set has just been so grindy. Both teams trying to find their lead. One of them's going to win it, but they need it both.
The 2-1 advantage is crucial for both of these teams. Will Coons is going to serve this one. Straight shot, had some power, set up by Rosenthal, hit by Kearney, knocked back after the block. Sakanoko sets up War. That one floats back. Luoma with a hit, blocked back to him. Set up, we'll see it once more. That one's skied up in the air, attack error, and Hawaii takes the lead.
Huge bit of patience there. The fans loved that one. For the Bows, though, job's not done. You're very close to win by 2 territory.
It's going to be tight. Serve coming from Tread Rosenthal. 26 assists today so far. And he's going to get a service ace to add on to that. Penn State gonna call their timeout. Hawaii 1 point away from winning set number 3 on ESPN+. Winner of this set takes the 2-1 match lead. Hawaii with their set point here. It's going to come down to Tread Rosenthal, who just had a service ace. Hawaii with 7 of those. You can hear the claps in the stands from a Hawaii crowd. That one clips the net. Set up, hit down on the ground, saved by Choi. Rosenthal with the set, hit on the far side, blocked down that time by Gabriel and Luoma to keep this set alive.
Penn State stays in it, and we're playing, of course, win by 2. If Hawaii scores, they will win this set. If not, it's going to take a couple of streaks.
Nittany Lions don't have any timeouts. Rainbow Warriors have 1. Gage Gabriel back to serve. Straight up, fielded down on the ground, and what a kill by Kurt Neusterer to win set number 3.
Just a good finish. They shut down these runs that Penn State has been putting on, and they put up the 2-1 set advantage. The number 7 seed is going to need to win 2 straight if they want to move on to Saturday.
Rainbow Warriors up 2-1 here in the first 3 sets, and we'll be back for set number 4 on ESPN+. Rainbow Warriors took set number 3 to get the 2-1 advantage.
And it was a close one. I mean, Penn State has had a lot of really, really good runs, but it's now or never. I mean, you're the number 7 seed. You end up actually 3rd in your conference in overall record. Nobody else from the EIVA made it, though. You are the lone representative, and it is your time to step up or step out and go home.
Dave Baker and Luke Williams, glad that we're joining us along for the ride today. We just saw Fort Valley State walk into the locker room, and they'll be playing Long Beach State in this next matchup, but still a lot of quality volleyball play here, and Penn State got to fight back in order to stay alive.
We've got those matches today. I know you're on the call for both those semifinal ones on Saturday, and then Monday, national championships. That's going to be fun.
It'll be fun for sure, and there's so many good teams here. So much is going to happen over this weekend. And it starts today and starts with the serve from Rosenthal. Service error, Penn State strikes first.
I think it's important for them to try and get out ahead of themselves early. been a team that, I mean, you're hitting at a decent 239 percentage for Penn State, just haven't been able to close out these sets entirely.
Highly touted recruit Harvey with the serve. Set up by Rosenthal. Smack down after the block, keeps it alive. This is a setup on the opposite side. Harvey with the hit, dug out by Choi. And then 2 blocks there on the Penn State corner. Choi with another incredible save on that. And then falls to the ground. Penn State going to get a hard-earned point there.
They've been really good at these rallies, keeping themselves alive. That's what you have to do against a Rainbow Warrior squad who, again, enters this tournament as the #2 overall seed.
Not only that, but winning the Big West, which is so difficult to do. Here's Sean Harvey again. Set up, blocked down by Luoma and Rose for another Penn State point.
Luoma has been really solid, and you know, he's one of those guys that has just been reliable all season long. Luoma, 277 kills entering today.
Add on 17 in today's contest, which leads both teams. Kearney right behind him with 15. Swatted down, blocked by Penn State. That one goes out of bounds, though. Hawaii gets their first point of the 4th set.
It's a huge chunk. You cannot allow this Penn State team to burn you down and make you use those timeouts, most importantly, this early.
All Big West first team war with the serve. And nice no-look shot from Penn State's setter. Going to keep it alive, though. We'll see him again. Hit from Luoma, blocked down. Kept alive by Merck. Luoma again with 3 bodies in front of him. Somehow gets it over. And then a hard hit by War. Up in the air, Luoma gets it to the other side. Choi and then block. Right there for Penn State for another point. That time courtesy of Owen Rose.
Their backline, though, has just been phenomenal and surviving, again, as we said, in those long back and forth volleys. It is what is going to send you to a set 5.
Matthew Luoma at the service line for the Nittany Lions. 17 kills, 256 hit percentage. 39 total attacks for Penn State. Second in that stat is a tie for 12. That's going to be a service ace for Luoma.
He's a guy that's been really solid at the line here today, and you know, adds another ace onto his already a 20-plus tally.
Luke, this feels somewhat reminiscent of what we saw in the first set. As you mentioned, a team that goes on streaks. That one gonna go Hawaii's way, so 2-5.
The back and forth, the ace then error combo, and yeah, Hawaii did go on though to win that first set.
Really feels like at any moment either team could completely take over. Kurt Neusterer at the line for the Rainbow Warriors. That goes in the middle. And then hit down hard by Sean Harvey with the kill.
You'd think that Penn State would perform a little bit worse with the Hawaii fan base at the back, but overall they've been 100% in set wins with the Hawaii crowd right behind them.
New York native Owen Rose back to serve. Set up by Rosenthal. Booming hit for the kill in Kearney.
And actually, interestingly enough, no team has lost a set from the right side of our field of play.
Court might be tilted a little bit. We'll get our conspiracy theorists out on that. Fake set with a hard hit. Met at the line. Sakanoko with a hit and the soft spot and kill for the sophomore from France.
This is what you've got to do if you're Hawaii. Find those quick points, find those big answers. Don't let Penn State get so far ahead of you.
We'll see a serve from Kearney. Set up by Schwob, met at the line, kept alive. Rosenthal to Sakanoko with a soft touch. There's Coons, falls to the ground, point to the Warriors.
Sakanoko has been so good today. The confusion, the height, and the 6'5" frame brought from France all the way here, and a beautiful touch.
Penn State leads 6-5. That one hits off of the forearms of Coons. And touched over. Still alive. Diving effort from Rosenthal. Gets it to the Penn State side. Here's a hit from Luoma on the corner and out of bounds. Warriors get the point on the attack error.
Streaking back, right back to tied up here. And as a reminder, Hawaii's already up 2-1 in set count.
6-all. With Finn Kearney serving again. That one had some velocity. And now spiked down with the kill, Will Coons.
A little back and forth here as Coons is, like we said, been a little bit quiet. Unusual from him here today. Has found a really big kill to sort of push himself up on the leaderboard that's being built.
Coons, one of Penn State's leaders, the redshirt senior. That one was served by Schwob. Going the other way was Kearney. Had a little too much oomph on that, so going to be attack error on the Warriors.
At least holding their timeouts. That's the important thing. Staying within 4 is usually out of that danger zone.
We'll see Michael Schwob again. Leads the team in assists with 28. Rosenthal sets up Kearney. It's going to go out of bounds. It's like the officials gave Penn State side a little bit of a warning. Working with a 3-point lead here in set number 4. Nittany Lions have to win this one to keep their season alive. Rosenthal for fake, and that's going to be a kill for the setter.
Just fighting back. I mean, over and over and over again. Their front line, another huge touch, and you wonder, where does the bleeding stop?
Nittany Lions working with a 2-point lead. Somewhat early here in the 4th set. A lot can happen. Both teams still have 2 timeouts. So we see the serve from Louis Sakanoko. And then a hit from Harvey. Knocks over, and point credit to the blue and white.
Double digits for the Nittany Lions now as they're just getting a little bit of control. I love Coons' start. He always looks the audience dead in the eyes before turning around for his serve.
You can definitely tell that he feeds off of that energy. Post chance filling the Cavelli Center. Hard hit, that time by Todd. Warriors with a point.
Off a hand there. A beautiful little keep. Again, both teams are really, really fighting. A great matchup so far.
Seems like Penn State's barely holding off Hawaii right now, keeping them in that 2 to 3 point range. True redshirt freshman Justin Todd with the serve. Hit over, blocked down by the Warriors. Warren Neustrer on that.
A lot of control. They have cut down this Penn State surge and cut the lead to 1 again.
(10-9), Hawaii leads 2-1. They just need one more set win in either set 4 or 5 to advance in the tournament and play UCLA. That's going to be a service ace. That time by Justin Todd.
Streaking with the points, and the fans pull out the ace card.
(10-10). Justin Todd with a lot of success on his serves, and as soon as I say that, service error on Justin Todd.
The classic commentator curse. It's okay, we've been doing it all day long. You can't get a service ace in this building without slipping a service error by us.
I just want to compliment a guy, Luke. We're cursed. Gage Gabriel for serve. That one bounces out of play off of the hands of a Hawaii defender.
Back-to-back points here for the Nittany Lions is a huge boost to confidence. They've never really played without that confidence here today.
Definitely got to have some swagger to be here. And Rosenthal with another fake. That's been a huge play for Hawaii as he gets another kill.
Still just staying very, very close together, both with 2 timeouts and a possible match-ending set here for Hawaii.
Still super tight. Rosenthal with 5 kills, 31 assists. Back to serve. Good play there. Hit down by Harvey, staying alive. Sky high over to Penn State. Then a hard hit one by Coons. Penn State brings the fire. The ball bounces out of bounds and they get a point.
It's not too bad. I mean, up by 2 now. I think the biggest point of control is when you send someone like Sean Harvey to the line, you're still playing with a libero. This is a good little set of players out on the court for Penn State.
Seems like they've really found their rotations, especially later in the year. Set up, spike down. How about a kill from Neusterer?
Both teams just about halfway there from winning this set. And it's right in your grasp if you're Penn State to try and push away this lead.
It'll be tough to try to escape it. Luoma hits it up. On the opposite side is Coons, goes out of bounds in the attack area.
State side up. A big, big chance here. I mean, Hawaii has just so often stayed with them and then closed out these sets.
Both coaches over their years of coaching winning programs, been in a lot of tight matches, as that's going to be a service error. Gives Penn State the lead. Luoma with 1 ace today. Does he have number 2? He doesn't, but diving effort by War. Now knocking it over. Luoma gonna have to hit that one past the net. He does. Gives Hawaii a prime opportunity. Hard spike by Kearney. Doesn't fit over the net. So we're going to head to the media timeout. Penn State with a tight lead over the Rainbow Warriors in set number 4, 15-13. And we'll be right back on ESPN+. Nittany Lions up 2 against the Rainbow Warriors here in set number 4. They have to win the last 2 sets if they want to advance and get a date with the UCLA Bruins here in Columbus, Ohio on Saturday with a chance to win a national championship on Monday. Hit over by Kearney, set up. Here's Coons on the other side, gets it over the block. Choi feeds to Rosenthal, over to Sakunoko, but it's going to be an attacking error. Penn State gonna get the point. Extends their lead, 16-13. And Hawaii's going to challenge this call. And also both teams with 2 timeouts still here in set number 4. And it is going to be a pivotal point because a 1-point swing to a 3-point swing, really crucial when you've seen how these 2 teams have played each other in sets 2 and 3. They're going to call it a Hawaii point. So the Rainbow Warriors gonna have 14. Nittany Lions gonna have 15. And wow, that is close. Squeaked right by Luoma. Sakunoku with incredible location and just hits the ball so hard as well. Here's Kai Taylor with the serve for Hawaii. That one goes off the chest of Coons, and he's going to attack it and return the favor. Hits Rosenthal in the shoulder. Penn State gets their point that they lost back, up 2. Taylor gonna check back out of the game, along with Neusterer. After that point for Penn State, Owen Rose is gonna get the serve on the line. He floats that one down. Troy able to set that one up, and a nice hit there and kill for Louis Sakanoko. Penn State's been up in this one for a lot of set number 4, but the Rainbow Warriors just not going away. No fight in Charlie Wade's squad. It's a serve from Kearney. Now going the other way is Harvey. Bounces into the stands off of War. So Penn State up 2 again, 17-15. And really what it comes down to, if we see it still this close as we near 25 points, it really is just going to be a chess match in terms of timeouts, substitutions, and strategy. There's a setter from Penn State with a service error. That's going to be Schwab's 3rd of the day. It's going to bring up Sakanoko. Second on the team in kills today with 9. Also second in total attacks with 25. 3 assists for him, and that's going to be an ace for Sakanoko. It's going to force Penn State to take a timeout here. We're all even at 17-17. Winner goes on to play UCLA. We got a tied set here in the Covelli Center in Columbus, Ohio. 17-17 after the service ace from Louis Sakanoko. He's off the serve, and gonna be another service ace for Sakanoko.
The back-to-back is insane to see here, and out of the Penn State timeout nonetheless.
Bows take the lead. Sakanoko on fire from the line right now. That one floats over, so he's going to get a service error to go along with those 2 aces. Tied once more.
It's been the trend here in Covelli, as we've said so many times today. That is the 13th service error from Hawaii in this matchup.
Here's Will Coons. Has an ace and an error today. Leads the team in digs with 9. Nice diving effort by Sakanoko. Into the other side off of the fingertips of Gabriel. Gonna be a point for Hawaii.
They have cut down the chances from Penn State. They have opened up the long range. And for Penn State, there are no more chances here. You need to win this set.
Ileu Choi and Justin Todd coming out of the game for Hawaii. Kainoa Wade back to serve. Set up, trying to go the other way. Penn State does. Kept alive somehow. Diving effort from Wade. High set, and another. Knocks down, and what a play by Tread Rosenthal.
Yeah, Ryan Merck was working back to it, and he was a guy that played 116 sets, all of them back in 2024.
Penn State's going to challenge here. Down 2 as of now.
This is a 2-point swing, though. This could tie us back up at 19. We'll have to see. It was called an attacking error by Matthew Luoma.
We'll see if that stands. Hawaii, as of late, has done a pretty good job of kind of silencing Luoma. Not completely. A guy like that you can't really completely shut down, but Rainbow Warriors have done a good job of that, it feels like, here later in the 4th set.
I mean, those big names, you talk about both Coons and Luoma, that them together combined for over 500 kills here across the season. they have shut down those tools. They've denied those open opportunities, but that's what you're going to get when you're playing the best of the best in the NCAAs.
So let's see what happens here. Does a Warrior touch it? Who? See the diving play there. Maybe it went off the top of his fingertips.
That's a tough call. I mean, with a lot of these things, you're looking for mainly change of direction, because that's what a hand does when it gets in front of the volleyball.
You got to make sure that there's indisputable evidence, too, to overturn a call like this. Looks like it's going to stay there. Penn State going to get the point, so we got 19-19 now. Looks like it went off of a Hawaii defender's hand. So sorry if you heard me say this before, but we got another tie game here in the fourth set. There's a serve from Cosgrove, doesn't clear the net. Warriors hit 20.
The first to hit that marker here in set number 4. And again, it has just been opportunity after opportunity for them. They've got to limit mistakes and find a way to close this out.
Tread Rosenthal serving it, hits out of bounds, service error on the setter.
Another really close one, and an interesting philosophy to go for at a time like this. Pulling away from the conservativeness, they are going all out to win this thing.
2020 vision with Sean Harvey up to serve, hits the net. Sakanoko will save that, blocked by Schwob. Now we got a strike, falling backwards, and that's gonna be a point for Hawaii. Adrian Ward.
I mean, Coons and Harvey just kind of ran into each other. That backline corner is so tough to defend with just one player. They both wanted to get it, but Hawaii takes the lead because of it.
We'll see War with the serve. Hard hit, set up, nice spike to the ground, Owen Rose.
That's what you need. Right now, you need that speed. You need the 1-2 front line to connect, or else you're not going to be able to win not only this set, but possibly the match.
Both teams locked at 21. Here's Luoma. Popped up by Rosenthal, hit hard, but it's out of bounds with a swing from Kearney.
Kearney really wants that one back and would love to try and deny some more scoring, but the good news for Hawaii is they had 2 timeouts, now only 1.
Hawaii gonna take a timeout. Penn State up 1. We'll be right back for a finishing set on ESPN Plus. Nittany Lions lead here in set number 4, trying to even it up, 2-2. The ball is in the hands of Penn State star Matthew Luoma. Hits that one to the back line to Choi. Swatted down, what a kill by Kurt Neusterer.
That's exactly what you want out of a timeout. Strong play and equalization. Both teams very, very close at 22.
We'll see what he can do at the service line. Doesn't have an ace yet today. Gets that one over to the back line. Hit down to the ground, but blocked by Todd.
Owen Rose just slips that one inside of the defense, but it's not enough.
So we're gonna see a timeout from the Nittany Lions. Their season on the line here. Hawaii leads Penn State 23-22. Crunch time in the Cavelli. The Rainbow Warriors trying to put the scorching hot Nittany Lions away. They're up 1 with the serve on their side. Kurt Neusterer serving it up. Set and hit by Luoma, blocked down by Todd and Sakunoko, and we got a set point.
A chance to close it out, and Sakunoko, we talked about his injury earlier. He steps up, he gets it, and then stares him down. A quick challenge, though, coming through from Penn State. This is game-changing.
It certainly is, because when you think about it, we could either see it stay 24-22 or 23-23, and that makes all the difference in games like this.
I wonder, at a point like this as well, if you are Hawaii, who you're going to keep at the line.
Point's going to stay with the Rainbow Warriors. And if they get one more point here in set 4, they will advance. Kurt Neusterer at the service line once more for the Rainbow Warriors. Here's the right-handed hit. Set up, swatted down, blocked away. McCoon's hit gets blocked out of bounds, so 24-23 now.
Could not be closer. The last set ended 25-23, but not in Penn State's favor. They need to go on a run here.
We saw Neusterer get subbed out of the game. It looks like the Rainbow Warriors are going to use their final timeout as they're up 24-23. 1 point gets them in a match against UCLA. We'll be right back on ESPN+.
For you.
Miller Truby comes into the game at the line for Penn State with their season on the line. Got to get a point here to stay alive in this NCAA tournament. Here's a serve from Truby. Nice arc, nice speed, swatted down to the ground by Todd. And the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors will be dancing with the UCLA Bruins on Saturday.
A really, really nice win. And 2 back-to-back sets for Hawaii where they win at 25-23. The ability to shut out games, coming in on a 2-game win streak after beating Long Beach State. There were some questions, but no questions left. Moving on to the semis for the Rainbow Warriors.
The Hawaii faithful going to go back home happy as they knock off the number 7 Penn State Nittany Lions 3-1 in what was really a fantastic finish.